This ass talk had a sort of gut frequency. It hit you right down there like you gotta go. You know when the old colon gives you the elbow and you feel sort of cold inside and all you have to do is turn loose? Well, this talking hits you right down there. A bubbly, thick, stagnant sound. The sound you could smell. This man worked for a carnival, you dig? And to start with, it was like a novelty ventriloquist act. Real funny too at first. Yet it never recalled a better hole. It was a scream, I tell you. I forget most of it, but it was clever. Like, oh say, are you still down there, old thing? No, I had to go relieve myself. After a while, the ass started talking on his own. He would go in without anything prepared. His ass would ad-lib and toss the gags back at him every time. Then it developed sort of teeth like little raspy curving hooks and started eating. We thought this was cute at first and built an act around it, but the asshole would eat his way through his pants and start talking on the street, shouting out he wanted equal rights. Yeah, they would get drunk too and have crying jags. Nobody loved him, they wanted to be kissed same as any other mouth. Father talked all the time, day and night. You could hear him for blocks screaming at us to shut up and beating it with his fist and sticking candles up it. But nothing did any good. And the asshole said to him, "It's you who shut up in the end, not me. Because we don't need you around here anymore. I can talk and eat and shit." After that, he began waking up in the morning, transparent jelly like a tadpole's tail all over his mouth. This jelly was what the scientists call UDT, undifferentiated tissue, which can grow into any kind of flesh on the human body. He would tear it off his mouth, and the pieces would stick to his hands like burning gasoline jelly. Roll there. Go anywhere among him, the blubber would fill. So finally his mouth sealed over and the whole head was amputated spontaneously. Did you know this condition occurs in parts of Africa and only among Negroes where the little toe amputates spontaneously? It's up to the eyes, you dig? That's one thing the asshole couldn't do was see. It needed the eyes. But nerve connections were blocked and infiltrated and activated so the brain couldn't give orders anymore. It was trapped in the skull, sealed off. For a while you could see the silent, helpless suffering of the brain behind the eyes. Then finally the brain must have died because the eyes went out. And there was no more feeling in them than a crab's eye on the end of a stalk.
Peaches. Yeah, she got 12 kids, man. Peaches had 12 kids. She was alright, man. Miss Peaches was alright. She, 4 of them died, and she ate the rest of them, man. I couldn't believe it, man. And then to come to find out that they do eat their young. How the fuck are there so many of them then? You know?
What the fuck?
Japanese submarine slammed two torpedoes into our side. It's coming back. The island City and the lady just delivered the bomb. You received the bomb. 100 men went in the water. Missile went down in 12 minutes. You see the first shot for about half an hour. Tiger, 30-footer. You know that when you're in the water, chief. About to come in the dorsal tail. But our bomb mission had been so secret. No distress signal was sent. They didn't even just go to the very first night, chief. So we formed ourselves into tight groups. Thursday morning, chief. A friend of mine, W. Robinson, baseball player, Rosenstein. Thought he was asleep. Still would have wake him up. Topped up and down, kind of top. Upended. Well, he'd been bitten in half below the waist. On the fifth day, Mr. Lockheed Ventura was swinging low and he saw us too. A young pilot, a lot younger than Mr. Hooper anyway. He saw us and he coming low, and 3 hours later, a big fat BB-1 coming down to stop and pick us up. And that was the time I was most frightened, waiting for my turn. I'll never put on a life jacket again. So, 1,100 men went over. 316 men come out of the sharks, took the rest, June 29th, 1945. Anyway, we delivered the bomb.
Hindu scripture, the Bhagavad Gita. Vishnu is trying to persuade the prince that he should do his duty, and to impress him takes on his multi-armed form and says, "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds."
I thought sucked, because that's what the party line was. The new wave sucked. And I argued vigorously the things that they do, Led Zeppelin. And I said that, I was really against the Ramones, against the Sex Pistols. Also, it's working really out, but my knowledge of these bands was largely coming through mass media. Finally, a friend of mine said, "Have you actually listened to it?" I had not, which made my argument ridiculous. I borrowed some records from a friend and also from my sister. And within these records, there was the Sex Pistols and the Ramones, the Clash, first album, and the first album. A whole series of bands that were confusing for me. Band I'd never really heard of, record covers that were scary, music that was unrecognizable as music. It didn't make sense to my ears, but my ears had been trained by the radio, which is a dubious source at best. And I've used this analogy before, and I'll use it again. If you grew up eating a hamburger and French fries every day of your life for dinner, and someone puts like a delicious bowl of pho in front of you, or a rice vermicelli dish, you would not recognize it as food or dinner. But it is dinner for a lot of people, and it's better for the So a moment to get my mind around what I was listening to. This was very scary territory, which is exactly why I was drawn in. Because when you see something that scares the shit out of you, go towards it. You're about to learn something. So once I cracked that, this I realized at that moment, and I imagine for most of you, you had a similar moment in one field or another, where you realize there's a whole other layer of life, a whole other layer of culture. There's something that you never even realized, but you just found the portal, the entry point. This was extremely exciting for me. I realized that these few albums represented thousands and thousands of musicians and bands around the world I had never heard of, didn't know they ever existed, knew nothing about it, but now it was mine to learn. Because this is where the counterculture exists. This is where I want to be.
I think I at least will make it. Don't be angry. You're calm.
Never asked you to do it.
A friend doesn't have to ask a friend to do something like that. Oh, it's so warm even. Air, dude.
I ain't drinking.
About yourself, dumb fuck. How do you expect other people to care about you? People like you, they're sending this country down the tubes. No sense of pride, no sense of loyalty, no sense of nothing, man. Why do you think there's so many fucking welfare cases in this country? Why do you think it is that Russia's gearing up to kick our